Well, it's time.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Yes, friends, what's happening? The much anticipated winners or losers video here on Football Therapy. So welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Really do hope that. Here we go from Fabrizio Romano regarding Enzo Maresca. It has been for a while. It's a 5-year deal plus one, so it could be up to a 6-year deal, which would take him up into his 50th birthday or his 51st year of life, whichever way you want to look at it. So saying about Thiago Silva, he's 39, but it sounds more dramatic to say in his 40th year of life. Anyway, Maresca to Chelsea. Here we go. The fine details are being ironed out in terms of compensation to Leicester. We've pretty much known for a little while now that this is going to be the new Chelsea manager. He's going to be the new Chelsea manager. And I've done some content on it. I've released a video earlier this morning, talking about why he's been selected. There's lots of great content out there about he's meticulous, obsessive. He's a good guy. His research is amazing, but still largely unproven. I don't want to be gassing him up too much because... It's you don't know till you know, but it's fun to be excited, right? He's going to work within the structure. There's a lot of positive stuff said about him. It will be very interesting to see how he scales up, if he scales up to Chelsea Football Club. And yes, so in today's video, we're doing a winners and losers. We're going to talk about who is going to be part of this Maresca project, and also I've got a sort of lineup that I've built. Of course, there's an inverting fullback, which makes this box midfield for Maresca's Leicester, which will be the same for Chelsea because it's his sort of philosophical and dogmatic idea. That is where he plays football. That's the way he will make Chelsea play football. And Chelsea Football Club and the owners, or should I say the sporting directors, more aptly, have accepted that and said, yes, bring that to Chelsea. That's what we're hiring you for. We believe our players, the squad we've assembled, these technicians are ideal, or you are ideal for them, should I say. So we're going to talk about that today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for all the nice messages and comments, guys. Lately I see them. Thanks very much. I do feel the support. I do appreciate you all. I'm very grateful for all the viewers. If you want to subscribe, you're welcome to. Hit the bell if you choose to subscribe. And thank you for dropping a like on the video. And notice how I've got rid of the reactions. It took me ages to figure out what's going on, but I can do this now if I want to say 2 or do the peace sign, a thumbs up, without being undermined by silly on-screen animations. Let's get into it. Alright, gang, so what we're going to do first is actually, what should we do first? I might do a starting lineup and then just go through the squad afterwards as general winners and losers, because yeah, let's do that. Well, you know what? No, let's do the squad and let's do the lineup. You know, I'm ad-libbing here. So here's the squad. Here it is ready. Firstly, goalkeepers, and off the bat, I'm going to say we got a lot of losers here. Sanchez was dropped by Roberto De Zerbi for not being good with his feet. Marcus Bettinelli, I'm not going to say he's a loser. I think he'll remain on as a third choice goalkeeper. He's a vibesman. People love him. He's a good character. He's happy to be third choice. He's probably happy with his wages. He's happy with his life. Good luck with him. I think he'll be a winner just by default. But I think Sanchez, and I'm sorry, who everyone lots of people like Georgi Petrovic. I think it's so important for Enzo Maresca to have a certain profile of goalkeeper. We read about it earlier today in previous video. And by the way, if you haven't watched that yet, go check it out. That upload earlier, because it gives you a lot of important intel about Chelsea's new manager. You need to be able to play make and put the ball anywhere on the pitch, as well as stepping forward out of your goal and playing in the back line. It's such a... Look... Sanchez apparently isn't good with the ball. Petrovic has definitely outperformed his status, his current status, should I say. I don't think, personally, any of them are good enough. I feel like we need to buy a goalkeeper, and this is a good thing. It means we're not making do anymore. It means we're not trying to go, make it work. So yes, I'm pleased about that. I feel like a new goalkeeper, really good footballing goalkeeper, will make Chelsea a better and more elite team. Let's go to the defenders then. This guy, Marc Cucurella, firstly, he is 100%, and rather interestingly, inferior winner, because of Chelsea might still try and sell him because he's on high wages and they spent a lot on him, and maybe they feel like they can get a different player in. But the thing is, he's shown that he can be an inverting fullback to incredible success at the end of this last campaign, should I say. And though, we'll look in a minute, though the right back for Enzo Maresca is the fullback that inverts into midfield, not the left back, which of course is what Cucurella has been doing, I feel like there's still be a chance for it. He's shown he can do that role, and I feel like he will be favoured by the new boss, Enzo. We'll call him Enzo. Now, centre-backs. I am not sure about either Frenchie, Disasi and Badiashile. Also, their like ball playing ability. I am going to say for both. I like them. I like both of them. Benoit had a good 6 months at Chelsea. Disasi is a great vibes man, and I'm not saying they're terrible defenders, but I don't see them as both really good ball playing defenders. I see them more as penalty box defenders, and I don't think they're going to fit. So I'm going to, I'm not saying I'm right. Don't clip this up. I'm not writing either off, but for the moment and for the balance of the video, I'm going to say losers. Chalobah can play ball. So I think he would be utilised. I'm going to say winner for Chalobah, but the truth is he's probably going to be sold. So in theory for Enzo, winner, but he's probably going to be sold. And we've got to be like, fair or blunt here, whatever. It's just what's happening is happening. Let's just go with it. Now, Ben Chilwell. Now, many of you might be thinking he's not an inverting fullback. No, but I don't know what to do with Chilwell because I haven't watched enough of Leicester or read enough about how dynamic the left back is. Of course, the right back inverting. But if they want a dynamic up and down left back, Ben Chilwell could be a good option, but if they both need to invert like Cucurella, I've got no reason to believe that, from what I've seen and how old he is, that Ben Chilwell can play in midfield. I'd love to be wrong. Of course, only one inverts, and we'll speak about the next guy in just a moment. But I'm going to say for the moment, Ben Chilwell loser. And I'm a massive fan of Chile. I think he's an amazing, dynamic fullback, but you've got to wonder how this is going to work. Right, now Reece James, probably one of the biggest winners here, because Reece James, of course, we know him as like Superman when he's not getting red cards or being injured. He can play right centre back in the back three, right back, right wing back, and for Chelsea, just for a game or two, as in like mid-game, and for England for a game, he's played in central defensive midfield. And he ended the season at Wigan on loan there, playing at CDM, because he's so good and he ended up saving them from relegation and they gave him the captain's armband. I've told this story a million times here before about Reece James. I think if the right back is inverting from a right back to a CDM, Reece James is perfect. And it's such an important role in Enzo's system, and Reece James is Chelsea's captain, and Reece James is possibly Chelsea's best player. I think Reece James is the biggest winner here. He'll be tucking up to, spoiler, Caicedo. And yeah, I mean, we could see the Champions League wing-backs playing again, like Reece James tucking in, inverting, and Ben Chilwell going up and down. So maybe Ben Chilwell can still survive with this. But Reece James, massive winner. Now, Colwill, winner. Ball-playing centre-back, left footer, left side, young, dynamic, brave, perfect for Enzo Maresca. I'm going to say Levi Colwill is the future for Chelsea's left centre-back option, especially as a modern footballer like he is. I am going to say winner. Now, this is tough. Because Gusto has been amazing for us, and he is known for being a bit like Chile, a dynamic up and down guy, and it's actually quite offensive. Chilwell's more of a goal scorer than Gusto. Gusto's more of an assister, like a guy across the ball. And I'm not going to say loser for Gusto because he's 20 years old, I think, isn't he? He's so good at football and he can probably still... I think he's 7 years younger than Chile. He's got plenty of time to, football manager, retrain his position. Look, I don't know how good Malo Gusto could be inverting into the midfield from the right back position. I do think Malo Gusto is amazing, and I do think, I don't know, maybe we'll see him playing other roles. I don't know. I think he's too cheap. He was too great. I can't speak English. He was such a good acquisition, and he's performed so highly, even though I have huge concerns over how he's going to fit in positionally into this new style. I'm going to say, can I go on the fence and say unsure for this one? Because I'm really unsure. Let me know what you think in the comments. Because in theory, if it's an inverting right back, I do worry if he could do that. And also, it's not about if he could do it. It's about losing out on his dynamic up and down, putting in crosses. So, Wesley Fofana, like Colwell, very young, very good. Not only is he a good ball-playing centre-back, he can also dribble into midfield really, really confidently. He can score a goal on set pieces, and of course, we'll be working with Quaver now, and that's really, really important. He is a winner. Gilchrist, I think, has got a good loan coming for him, so I think it's like redundant. Malang Sarr, again, he'll be gone, I'm certain, so redundant. Now, Enzo Fernandez, I'm going to say nearly as big as a winner as Reece James, the second biggest winner, because Enzo Fernandez is an amazing footballer, ladies and gentlemen. He's an amazing footballer. He's a passing footballer. He's not really fast. He's not very good at running all the time. And of course, Pochettino's system, you got to run everywhere, and you got to press, and you got to track back, and you know, there's loads of risks of transition, which made Enzo look pretty bad. Maresca, I think this is largely one of the reasons why we've hired him, is going to get the best out of the midfield and lots of passing. And a pass master like Enzo is going to benefit greatly from this new management style and this new coaching from Enzo. Enzo is going to benefit from Enzo. Namesakes, fellas. It's going to work. It's going to work. Leslie Ugochukwu, I think, is going to go on loan, even though he could be the backup for Caicedo still as a loan CDM, because remember, it is a starting 4-3-3. The fact we are in Europe, I'm going to say we keep Leslie, and he's just the deputy to Caicedo, maybe. So maybe not alone. I'm going to say winner. Now, Carney Chukwuemeka is really interesting. Because he's an excellent player. It's a 4-3-3. I don't think he's going to play as the 8s that sort of turn into 10s, and I don't think he's going to play as the wingers. I wonder how Carney will fare. He's very young. He's a great footballer. I think he might go on loan, but I'm going to say, just purely speculating on the speculated system, I'm going to say loser. But I'm a huge Chukwuemeka fan in terms of style. And similarly, guys, Conor Gallagher. Maybe our second or third best player the season just gone, wore the armband, he's got a great persona, great personality, loves Chelsea. He's been questioned whether he has the technical ability moving forwards. He's a pure profit asset, which puts him in danger. I'm being brutal here. I love Conor Gallagher. I don't want him to go, but I do think the ownership, the sporting directors sort of are looking for a reason to get his pure profit. I feel like Enzo Maresca coming in and his style of football that doesn't need high pressing and counter pressing, I think that's their reason. Therefore, Conor Gallagher will come out a loser from this appointment. Now, Caicedo, I just want to make sure you can see properly. You can. Caicedo is a winner as well. He's a CDM. It's a 4-3-3. He'll play as a 4-3-3, but he'll get a partner from the inverting fullback. He's an amazing ball player as well, Caicedo. Really underrated ball player. And now he'll get to show that more in a possession-style system. So, pretty straightforward. Winner. Now, his countryman, Enzo's countryman, Cesare Casadei, an Italian playing for an Italian. I think he'll go on a loan again. Obviously, he played with him they were both at Leicester together. He did utilise him, so maybe he'll use him again in the same way. Obviously, he knows his profile, and he was using him more and more. Chelsea recalled him from January. I don't know how much that derailed Leicester. I know they went on a bit of a wobble, but I'm going to say winner just because of affiliation and because we are also in Europe, so more games. But yeah, I did originally think just Casadei's obviously going to go on a loan, but because of the Leicester affiliation and the known profile, I wonder if he'll just keep him. But maybe he'll also think, I've got loads of players. Romeo Lavia, I'm going to say winner. We're not going to loan him. He's a good player. He's also really good at retaining possession by dribbling. Romeo Lavia. Of course, you don't want to give the ball away. It's a lot of passing in Enzo's system, but I think Lavia is a good footballer and will benefit. Right, let's get into forwards then. I'm just going to say these two, Washington and Moreira, I'm going to say loans. So these 6 are the 6 that we've been seeing. Now, many of you might go, Raheem Sterling, no thanks. I'm going to say winner. And I'll tell you for why. Firstly, he doesn't want to leave, and we're going to struggle to sell him. I know he's on massive wages and struggled at times, but Sterling, of course, he'd already gone to Chelsea when Maresca was coaching at Man City and they won the treble. But Sterling is a Pep Guardiola bred and coached player. Sterling is good in possession, passing the ball, and he's intelligent in many ways. Yes, we've been frustrated with his decision-making. I think Pochettino's system did not flatter Raheem Sterling at all. Neither do I think Tuchel or Potter's system flattered Raheem Sterling. I do think Enzo Maresca is his system will make Sterling look a lot better, and you might see a lot more cutback goals from Sterling like you saw at Man City. Right, Enzo loves wingers. He plays with a striker and proper wingers. So I'm going to say by default, Noni is a winner, although, of course, he might still be sold or loaned if we do buy another high-profile winger. And Mudryk, I do wonder about Mudryk, because Mudryk is he shines when he's in a transitional system, when you're playing from back to front and he's in space. The idea is, in Maresca's football, when at Chelsea, we won't be playing like that. We'll be playing in possession. I'm not saying he can't do that. Mudryk's an excellent dribbler, but often he looks better when he's got momentum behind him. And there'll be a lot of slow-paced football with that. So on that alone, I'm going to say loser. Now, I'm going to say Cole Palmer winner. He's best attacking player. He can do it all. He's also been at Man City, and of course, he's been coached by Enzo Maresca. I should have mentioned as well, by the way, Lavia. There he is. Lavia has also been coached by Maresca, so I should have doubled down on that. But Cole Palmer, yeah, he's probably maybe. I don't want to say the biggest winner because I think the style of football, he's going to score less goals and get less assists. But I think that's going to be ultimately better for Chelsea. Less hero ball and risk taking. But I feel like I'm going to say winner because he's just so good and he's been coached by Maresca before. Now, Nico Jackson, I'm going to say winner because he can play as a striker and he can play as a winger, and he's a good footballer, Jackson. I know he's fumbled a few moments and chances, but he's technically gifted. He's good at combining in the final third. There'll be a lot of that in Enzo ball, so he's a winner. Christopher Nkunku, now he's listed as a striker here. Nkunku is a little bit he thrives on transition as well, a little bit like Mudryk, but Nkunku is incredibly technically gifted and is probably, out of all the Chelsea squad, the best finisher. Yes, I'm including Palmer. Christopher Nkunku is an insane finisher of chances. So I'm going to say winner, even though we've seen him thrive for France, Leipzig, PSG, and indeed Chelsea a couple of moments running in transition, and that's not how we're going to be playing anymore. I'm going to say winner just because he's technically gifted, he's a great finisher, and I wonder if we'll see him playing striker. Right, so in a moment, I'm going to just show you a lineup. Firstly, let me know what you think. Do you agree with what I said? I think there are some non-negotiables there that Reece James is going to be a winner, that maybe we need a new goalkeeper. Chelsea will still be looking for a striker, But, yeah, I feel like, it's pretty strong. We've got a lot of strong stuff there. So I want to show you a lineup, and we're going to see how we feel about this. Okay, so of course, for the moment, these are just players that we already have. So, this is not an ideal lineup, and we might make loads of signings before the first game of the season. Who knows? But Petrovic in goal, just for the moment, because Sanchez isn't good enough with his feet. I'm going for my favoured centre-back partnership in Fofana and Colwill. And this is the starting lineup. Now, I've put Palmer. You'll see why I put Palmer in the right number 8 here. We can move him in just a moment as well, and it could also be Nkunku or someone. But this is the starting lineup, and Jackson there, Madueke is a right winger, Nkunku, you could easily have Sterling, and to be honest, Sterling is a proper winger, or, Jackson plays a lot of left wing like that. You could have Nkunku playing as a striker. I don't think Nkunku will want to play as a centre forward, but you could have that, and then you can even have like Jackson playing on the right, and then you can find a way to get Sterling, who, by the way, like I said, I feel like he's going to be a winner in this because he's a proper winger and he's technical and can pass well. No, it's not fun or fashionable to big up Raheem Sterling at the moment. So this is what happens, right? In possession, Reece James will go into midfield, and he will join Caicedo. Right foot Fofana will come here. Cole will probably come here, and Cucurella will sort of back up sometimes, and sometimes he'll get forwards, right? But ultimately, you'll probably see a back three in possession, and then you'll see a box midfield. So it's 2 CDMs, which is Reece James and Moises Caicedo, that will need to gain a good relationship of passing, and then an attacking box there of 2 midfielders, which Fernandes, now many of you might be thinking, oh, I don't know about Fernandes. We saw him playing as like an 8 and a 10 even, and we didn't like it at all. But I do feel like it's a style of football when you get a lot of possession. Maybe Cucurella comes up to support as well for an overload. He will get the opportunity to just basically pass. There's lots of possession. Fernandes is good at passing. I think we'll see a lot of that. And then Palmer also. This is where Palmer likes to play. We know Palmer wants to be a right winger or a number 10. So essentially, this is his favourite area, Cole Palmer. Really, it is. That's where he likes to play. And when this particular formation, when you're in possession and you make that box, he's literally slightly deeper, but slap in the middle of that, he will get licensed to break that line as well. And Fernandes maybe will be less of this, even though he's got a goal in him, Fernandes. Maybe a bit more deeper and thoughtful. Sterling and Jackson, or whichever wingers you want, Madueke, maybe Madrid, will be occupying as a conventional front three. And we basically want to see Sterling running in for cutbacks, maybe. Madueke would be great to go here, and Sterling, a ball coming in, Sterling ghosting in, and then Nkunku pulls someone away. And ultimately, we've got players already that can play Enzo Maresca's ball really, really well. Of course, alternatives could be made as well. Palmer could, of course, just play there. You could maybe make Nkunku the sort of attacking box player, but I think there's going to be a little bit more discipline and creative license there. And Nkunku really is a finisher of chances. So you want Nkunku near the 18-yard box and near the goal. So, in theory, we've got a lot of the players to be utilised and the assets already. Remember, Maresca really impressed Chelsea, the sporting directors, when he was interviewed, because he knew so much about the Chelsea players. He already had a big plan of who to play where. And Chelsea, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed, Chelsea are going to be incredibly busy in the transfer market this summer. So, he'll get the players that he needs. Maybe it's still a striker. I don't know if it'll be an Osimhen. Osimhen did play for Napoli. I'm trying to think of how Napoli were playing, how transitional they were. But he's a good technical footballer, Osimhen. It might be someone else. It might be Gyökeres or someone if we could pry him out of Sporting, because they play in a front three. He plays in the front three as well. It is one striker, one CDM, of course, an inverting fullback that joins the CDM, and a goalkeeper that will have to be better. So there could be 2 or 3 signings, and probably when Romano says there's going to be a lot of movement at Chelsea, I imagine he means a lot of outgoings as well, trying to navigate that PSR tightrope. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this winners and losers video. I've done it a few times now with new managers coming in. Please do drop a like if you do enjoy the content. Thank you for subscribing, and I hope to see you back here very soon. Forza Chelsea!